So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, can I introduce you to, please, David, and to his show entitled The Fox, the Owl, and Mumeni, the Fish. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Divide that by 2 and you have 4. Times that by 2 again and you have 8. And that is maths, basically. I'm really good at maths. I'm really good. Because there's only ever one answer, a logical one. You put this and this together and you get that. I'm good at other subjects too. I'm not, what did Miss Ramsey call it again? Autistic, that's right. I'm not autistic, I'm not that. I'm not autistic. I've had the test and the results were negative. Positive and negative. That's a good one too, very simple. I go to school every day. I get school, I get it. I get what you have to do. It's good for you because it helps you learn. I get it, I get that. My journey to school is this. I go up Salisbury Road, through the park, and up Grayson Road, which is my road. My road's Grayson Road. Unfortunately, there is a bend in it, but it's basically straight. Basically. When I go to school, I am the top of the class. And in my class, I am the top. I am the whole top, the whole of year 5. Joint with Sarah. This is Sarah. Sarah is also in my class. But basically, I'm the best. My mum tells me I need to share more. My teacher too. Once, Sarah forgot her pencil case. So she stole my pencil out of my pencil case. I snatched it back and we had an argument. Miss told me off. She said that I needed to say sorry, but I don't get it. Why would I need to say sorry? I've got nothing to be sorry for. Then she brought my mum in. This is my mum. Mum was angry too. She said I should share more. When my mum tells me off, she tells me off in Spanish, which I don't get, I don't understand. We're in England. Speak English. England is here. My mum is from Spain, so she speaks Spanish. And my dad, he's all the way from Iran. In Iran, they speak what's called Farsi. I know, why not just call it Iranian? For breakfast, every day, I have Frosties. Frosties with milk, because Tony tells me they're great. Once, my dad, he tried to give me goat's cheese for breakfast, but no, cheese is for lunch. For lunch, I have a cheese sandwich, cheese on thick white bread. I also have an apple. Apple. I don't love fruit, but I get it. I get that we have to have it because it's good for us. For dinner, I have sausage and mash. Sometimes my mum, she tries to put chilli in it, which I don't get. Why would you put something in your food that makes your tongue hurt, your nose run, and your eyes water? I have the same things every day. Every day I have those same things. Like I said, this is my route to school. Miss Ramsey, she said that I had to do a project for school that was our journey home from school. And I gave her something like that. Actually, I gave her something just like that. And she said it was boring and unimaginative. When I asked my mum what unimaginative meant, she said that it meant I can't create pictures in my head, images, which obviously I can. But that is the quickest and most efficient route to school. Now I have to do it all again and hand it in on Monday. I go to bed at 7 p.m. every night. 7 p.m. every night on the dot.
But Mum and Dad had arranged with Sarah's parents to go round to their house, because my parents and Sarah's parents are friends. They arranged for us to go round there, but usually it's in the day, not at night, and not at night, and not for dinner. Sarah's mum had cooked for us rice with prawns on it, with some sort of sauce. But the worst thing about it is she made us use chopsticks. Why? Why use chopsticks? They've invented the spoon. It's for picking up multitudes of rice. Why would you use chopsticks? Anyway, when we left late, like 8 o'clock, and I must have fallen asleep in the car. But there's one thing you don't know about me. I sleepwalk. I do, but usually it's okay because I just go down to the landing and to the kitchen, and I find myself way back again. But this time, my mum and dad, they stopped at a petrol station. And while they were paying the man in the counter, I must have opened the door, stepped out, and walked out into the dead of the night. And now I'm stuck here over and under this bridge. I'm cold, I'm hungry, it's dark. How will I get home? Be practical, Sebastian. Sebastian, that's my name. Be practical. Walk home. Stupid Sarah and her stupid parents asking us round for stupid dinner. There's a canal.
All that I have is a river. The river is always my home. Don't take me away, for I just cannot stay. I'll sing in my skin and my bones. The water sustains me without me.
In the canal, I met a fish, and the fish was called Mimi. Mimi came all the way from America. I asked her, why doesn't she speak English? And she said that she needs to learn different languages so that she can speak to all the people she meets. She also told me that English is made up of lots of words from other countries, and if we didn't speak other languages from other countries, how would we have half the world's words we have now? Words like umbrella. Umbrella comes from the Spanish word umbrella. And the word dessert. Dessert is French. I love dessert. I said goodbye to Mimi. And she told me to carry on up the street. So I did. I got to the end and I started to make my way at the side of the park. The side of the park was dangerous. There were lots of flashing lights and noisy cars, and I was scared. I'm hungry. Have you got any dessert? Have you got any chicken? Have you got any lamb? I met Sebastian. Sebastian told me that he refused to eat his prawns and rice. I would love prawns and rice right now because he didn't want to eat with chopsticks. Chopsticks. I told him he shouldn't be so fussy about food, and that actually, chopsticks originally came because when there was a famine in China, families would eat with tiny little bowls and eat with chopsticks because it would show restraint. And it wouldn't feel like they were eating very little. And that tradition is carried on now to show restraint, not greed. I told Sebastian to carry on at the side of the road,
And he did. I went round the park and said goodbye to the fox. But still, I wasn't home. And I was cold and lonely and hungry. And I started to cry. And tears rolled down my face. Until I heard, "Hoo hoo." Did you hear that? Hoo hoo. I looked around, and on top of a tree, hoo hoo, I saw an owl looking down at me. He asked me why I was crying. I told him that I was lost and I couldn't find my way home. He told me that he was sorry. Sorry. I asked him why he was sorry. He'd done nothing wrong. He said, "I'm sorry that you feel that way. I'm sorry that I can't do anything about it." And it made me feel better. He told me he could help me find my way home. He said his wing was damaged, and the only way he could fly away again was with magic. And how we got this magic to work is if little children clap their hands and start stamping their feet. So what I need you to do is clap your hands, stamp your feet, and help Hal fly away. Louder. Very good. And the owl flew into the air and hovered above me. I saw the light of the moon shine off his wings. He guided me back to my front door, and I was home. Finally home. I said goodbye to the owl, and I watched him fly off into the night. When I got home, Mum and Dad were there, and Sarah and her parents too, and there was a policeman and a policewoman waiting for me. Everyone had been very worried. Mum was crying, but they weren't sad tears, they were happy. She was really, really happy, and I said sorry, and my dad, he lifted me up into the air. I love it when he does that. He tried to make out that I was flying, but I knew. I'm too old to believe that, but I let him carry on anyway. I told them that I was sorry for everything. But they told me I had nothing to be sorry for. And then I said, Mezam Mekalam, to my dad. And Loros. Lo siento to my mum. They smiled, and it felt good. I liked the feel of it in my mouth when I said sorry in Farsi and Spanish. I might say it more often. The next day, I showed Miss Ramsey and the rest of my class my map. I told them about my adventure. I told them about how I'd met the owl, and that I had met Mimi the fish, and that I had met the fox, and that I'd found myself all the way home, and all the different routes that I did, and all the people I met, and the diverse lives and cultures and language that was spoken, and all the different routes that I found my way home. I don't think Miss Ramsey and the class believed me, but it didn't matter, because I got top marks. I think Sarah believed me though. She believed the story that I shared. So I decided to share something else. I took out my new pencil out of my pencil case and gave it to Sarah. She smiled at me. When I shared with her, she smiled at me. And I liked it. I didn't expect that. So now, I take lots of different routes to school, hoping to find my new friends, seeing them, the friends that I met in the evening, And now I go to Spanish class on a Saturday, so I'm starting to learn better. And I started to use chopsticks and I'm no longer fussy about school. And I think I've mastered it. Almost. I no longer sleepwalk. I no longer find it hard to sleep. And when I do sleep, and I might find it hard to close my eyes at night and fall into a deep and wanting sleep, I think I can hear the owl, the hoot of the owl. And I feel home and warm and safe again.